December to remember, especially on this Motivational Monday. And that's because during this time of year, we kind of forget, wait, what did we even do in 2024? And so we're so excited to actually remember.
Yes, and let me tell you, I need some help. I don't remember what I did this whole year.
Right.
It flew by, but of course we've got our passion instigator to help us. How are you, Regina?
I'm great. You know what? I was thinking that this year will be 8 years since I've started my business.
Oh my goodness.
Started it, and then, you know, all heck broke loose. And we had a little pandemic and all that. But but especially for business owners, we're always looking for the what did we do? What did we check off? How do we get done? Q1, Q2. This is what I want people to, this is what I want you to be thinking about. First of all, I want you to remember the small wins.
Okay.
Now, you know what? It's cliche. I hate it when people say, oh, celebrate the small wins. But what I really want you to think about is, who did you meet? What new things did you accomplish that led to something that is sprouting now? Like, these small wins are almost like the seeds that were planted, you know, and we're watching them sprout, even though it's winter.
Yeah, I like the way that you bring that up, putting up small seeds, because sometimes you think that the day that you plant the seed, oh, well, I should have seen the fruit already. But you're saying that those small seeds do matter. Even if you don't see them today, they eventually come in.
Right, or we make like that highlight reel of the year and we see the big things, but it's like all the small things that added to the big ones.
Yeah, and you know what? Technology really does help us do that. And getting with friends helps us do that, because we can talk about that with our friends. Okay.
And speaking of friends,
yes, remember the people. Who did you meet? Like, look at us.
Yeah.
Who did you meet this year who made an impact in your life? What did you do that was kind, generous, loving this year? And I know you all, I was just watching the toys, the boxes of toys going out. I mean, the good that you're doing in the community that affects the people of the community. I love it. And we've got to remember that. And I mean, just look at your schedule. Look at all the people you met with, had coffee with.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. So small wins, people. Number 3 is
the learnings. All right, now I've been here, you know, more than a dozen times this year. We have talked about everything from posture to the power of our language, clearing clutter, starting new habits. I mean, if people really want to know how much they've learned, look back at the YouTube channel and all the. We have learned a lot this year.
So can I ask you another question? You say remember the learning, but sometimes, you know, we learn good lessons, we learn bad lessons throughout the year too. How can we kind of take those negative lessons that we've learned and say, hey, maybe there was something good out of that?
What am I going to do differently? And some people love to take that to the journal and write about it. Other people like to sit with a friend or even your partner, your spouse, and talk about, what did we learn? How are we going to do this differently moving forward? That's, I mean, failure is a good thing. And here, let me remind you of this. If being hard on ourselves worked as a strategy for change, wouldn't it have worked by now? When we want something different in our lives, stop being so hard on yourself. It doesn't work. What works is remembering the good things.
And then these things can carry into 2025.
Absolutely.
And be a base for that. As well, and where we can continue to learn. And we don't go backwards, we go forwards, because we remember what 2024 brought us.
Absolutely.
So many great things.
So many great things. We love having you on. This is amazing.
Thank you.
This is motivation I think we needed. Can we quickly go over just everything one more time so we can kind of make sure we get that ingrained?
Right. We want to remember the small wins because those are important. That's the foundation. Really remember the people. Write letters. Thank you. Christmas cards. Isn't today the Christmas
yes,
cards?
that's true. Look at you.
Write the people.
There you go.
Write the people that you love and met a card. It's so nice to get that instead of a bill. And then our learnings. You can find those all over the place, on Post-its, on notes that you took. And you know what? I've been working too on my wins, people, and learning, so that the next time I come back, we're going to be talking about my new book.
Okay. We got going on there.
Thank you so much, Regina. The wins, the people, the learning. I'm writing this down this afternoon, and thank you so much for sharing that all with us.
It has been my joy. Thank you.
Well, now we're all feeling motivated, and we talked about those Christmas cards.